Welcome, kings and queens, to another episode of Unapologetic, your number one podcast. This is the show where kings and queens tell their legacies and on. So get ready for the gems to drop and pull up to the table because we're ready. What up, everybody? It's your favorite host, Melly Mel, right here on your number one podcast, Unapologetic. Uh, Shoot, I know everybody been making comments like, Mel, man, you need to take a break. For what? Why are we taking breaks for? I take a break when I go to bed with my wife. That's when my break comes in. But I want to say thank you all, man, for the shout outs, for the gifts y'all been sending. Tons of subscribers on social media. Man, I was shocked to see that this weekend, man. All love, baby. I really, really appreciate it right here at Unapologetic Fam. But today, man, I have my brother's back on the show. If y'all do remember, I know y'all been following me for 4.5 years. Man, I want to say this king was one of the very first big names that we ever conversated with on the show, the beginning of Unapologetic. And after that, ever since then, man, I got to give you your props, bro. I think you set the tone for what started with us in the beginning, man, from the Life Jennings and Sean Milley, collaboration we did to our very first working with the military. Like we literally had a federal contract, y'all. So it's like, man, it just been one beautiful thing after another. So just from from the opportunity that you gave me, bro, I gotta give you your hands, brother. I appreciate it, man. 100.
Ah, man, it's mutual, bro. You build a platform, they will come. So, man, congratulations to you and everything that you've been doing over these last, 4.5 years. Yeah,
Oh
I think I
man.
came on sometime in 2021. So,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah.
it's been a minute.
Yeah, man. So and everything's been, of course, everybody been paying attention to what's going on around the world, up and down, through the middle and over around again. But
Mhm.
with you, bro, it's almost like regardless of what's going around, what's happening, especially in the big city of Grand Rapids, beautiful city of Grand Rapids, you stay in your lane, but always leveling up to a different plateau. And that's
Mhm.
what I always loved about how you move, bro. It's nowhere I will ever hear Jamiel is in some BS or in a bad type of business outlook or anything of that astute. So I always followed you and always commended you for that type of mindset and energy that you bring. And then it also reflects to what you've been doing. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Being the CEO and president of Grab, man. And then from your vision, from what I remember you telling me all those years ago to what is happening now, you stepped on, you really was 10 toes in that, man. So
Mhm.
from our last, I guess, conversation that I went back into the old video and trying to refresh, you were building you had an idea that you were acting upon with breaking in a bar, a cocktail environment, an environment that entrepreneurs like myself and you, we can come together, network, communicate, bring family, friends, and to give that not just business outlook, but a family oriented business outlook. And
Mhm.
so where did that really started launching for you?
Yeah, so I always planned on opening a lot of different businesses and ventures. I come from a family of business owners, entrepreneurs, which is the newer term, but property owners. And so I think, like I even said, in our previous conversation, it's something that I've just always gravitated towards, from being a kid, watching my family do it until always wanting to do it. So business was always either going to be my plan A or my plan B, regardless of what
Okay.
was going on. So, we always chasing our childhood dreams of, fame through sports and other kind of entertainment. So,
Right.
regardless of whatever that is, regardless, entertainment is still a business, sports is still a business. So, business was always going to be at the forefront. And so, for me, Yeah, it was just one of those things to where it just, everything is about timing. You have to build up the necessary cash, you got to build up the necessary relationships and skill sets. So
Of
that's
course.
pretty much, what I spent a good deal of time, building up. And then, it's always connecting with, the right individuals, for partnerships. So
Of course, especially and I ain't gonna say especially, es- uh, well, yeah, especially when you're in an entrepreneur world, because a
mhm.
lot of times we see those people who have a great ideas, um, and want to act upon them, but when you really show them like, all right, now this is what we got to accomplish to get to here.
Mhm.
So when they see that work, I it's like 50-50 with what I see. I see people who wants to do it like I'm ready because I'm tired of dealing with what I've been dealing with for however long. And then you have those people who I want to say are excited but somewhat afraid of failing the
Mhm.
business.
Yeah.
And so with you is you put people in your opportunists. So you create opportunities for those who have those beautiful, great business plateaus ideas, but you also guide them and teach them how to sustain it, correct?
No, definitely. So that's more so the work with Grab. So Grab, which is my nonprofit organization, we're an economic development and business development entity, and our mission is to help Black businesses launch, survive, sustain, and scale. So that's the continuum and trajectory we like to see businesses go on.
Right, right,
Personally, with my personal businesses, and even with Grab, people think like just like life, nothing is guaranteed in life. Nothing is guaranteed in business. And so that's one of the first things I always want to make sure. So you can have a great idea. You can put
right,
forth all the work. I know it sounds disheartening, but you can do all these things, and for whatever reason, it still doesn't work. That doesn't necessarily mean give up. It means that thing didn't work. So I
right,
always like to
right,
say fail forward. So it's just one of those things to where business isn't easy. If it was, everybody would be in business. Everybody would be successful in business. But it is something that I believe everybody should try. I
mhm,
think that it's a lot of people out there with skill sets that are working in different companies or have ideas that are in different companies, and those ideas remain hidden and locked away behind that employer just because of the fear. It is scary being an entrepreneur. If you're not scared and you're in business, either one, it's too small, or two, it's something that's maybe not right with you. Because if you don't have a little bit of fear,
right,
if you have a little bit of fear when you're signing on, to a lease that's a 5-year lease, and you have to pay X amount a month for a
right,
month, and you see what your business is generating, and you believe it can generate more. If you're not, slightly kind of like, ooh, all right, cool, here we go. I'm
right,
not sure. It's one of those things. So even with the businesses that I'm involved in, we've signed, $1 million, property deals and so on and so forth, to where you're responsible. You're on the hook for that. So it is
right,
a gut check moment. Are you really for real or not? So that's one of those things to where I just tell people you just got to do it afraid, but definitely make the risk minimum as possible. So look to mitigate as much risk as possible. So that's either doing more research, that's saving more money, because
mhm,
businesses don't fail, they just run out of money. That's really the
exactly,
truth. Because if you had unlimited amount of money, regardless if you were making money, you'll still continue because you believe that one day it's going to pay off.
exactly,
Um, so businesses just run out of money; they really don't fail. So that's pretty much what we work on, how we assist businesses, but then also personally, that's what I kind of do is just really look at the different businesses that I'm involved in and just really do a risk assessment. Look at the opportunity, see can I leverage all of everything that I have, cash, relationships, know-how, skill, expertise, the moment. Because sometimes,
yeah,
businesses are only meant to survive for the moment. Sometimes we hold on to a business longer than we should. That's just like right now in 2024, heading into 2025. If I would be like, you know what, I'm gonna start making masks again. that was only during the COVID era that if you were making
Exactly.
masks, you
Yeah,
can, sell them to any and everybody. And people like right now, if you were to like pop up with an online store trying to sell masks, people aren't wearing masks like they were back then. So that was a business that only was around for the moment,
exactly.
unless you built it up and scaled it up to the point to where you're just a regular everyday PPE supplier. But if it's just you on a side hustle type of thing, that side hustle moment, came and went.
Oh, yeah, for sure. That's a great example, man, because I think a lot of people get confused with uh instant something instantaneous to something that has to be built through time.
Mhm.
So, and that was a perfect example that you put it. But you separated Grab from your business. And I did my research, bro. Like I remember, and I remember going to one of the conferences, and this gentleman who was doing this construction business, um, me and him had a great choice of words. I can't remember his name off the top of my head, but uh, he gave me some great pointers on how to gain um, leverage within the meetings that I was getting into. And so, and in that, it was almost like I was talking to you because he
Mhm.
pretty much regurgitated what you have taught me yourself, but put it in a different format. And
Mhm.
so when he was telling me this, it's almost like you were speaking about what was happening then for the future, and all of a sudden it actually came into fruition as you spoke it, bro. That is crazy to me because you being a part of our construction, if I want to, if that's the proper
Yeah,
name.
I.
Okay,
Yeah,
our construction. So before break that down to me. Like what type of footprint do you have within that?
Yeah, so Isle Construction, so we're a general contractor, a CM, construction management firm. So pretty
Oh
much
wow.
we
Okay.
provide professional services. So we help owners of buildings or projects build what they are looking to build. So whether that's a restaurant, whether that's apartment building, whether that's anything commercial. So we don't do anything that's residential as far as
Okay.
like single
Okay.
family homes. It's only commercial that we work with. And so with IO, IO's been around about 2 years now. And so with
Yeah.
IO, I always knew I wanted to get into either development
Mm.
or a real estate development or construction. And so the short story of that is a person that I met who's now a good friend of mine about a little bit almost about 10 years, maybe a little bit over 10 years ago. I pretty much let them know that this is where I'm looking to go. And the person had their own construction management company. And so I joined that board. So I was on the board. So it was, one of those things I say, as a business owner, you have to continuously put yourself in positions to learn. And so
Mm.
me joining this advisory board, pretty early in this construction company's journey allowed me to kind of see firsthand how business was conducted, looking at different blueprints and things like that. And so it really gave me kind of a crash course
Ah,
in the
okay,
construction
okay.
industry, with the
Man.
goal of eventually opening up, my own construction firm. So this was
Right.
like 2014. I opened up my construction
Okay.
firm 2022. So some people think
Wow.
everything is like immediately. No, it's you definitely have to. It's I believe in right time and right place. And so
Mm.
me being on that board for about 5 years, then COVID happened. I had other businesses that was going on and we were building at that time. So I put all my effort and energy into opening that business. And then with the goal of once that business opened, launching the construction management company, which is IO Construction. And so sometimes people get an idea and they just want to jump on it and start it like right now without doing the proper research and the due diligence and learning what needs to be learned for you to be good
Right.
to
Right.
then build it to be great. So I don't believe in doing anything mediocre. I don't believe in just doing anything that's like half cocked or anything that's like kind of half stepping. So I'm gonna take my time. I'm gonna learn as much as possible. I'm gonna surround myself with people who know more than me in the space because I don't believe there's anything as a dumb question. The only thing that's dumb is for you to remain there or stuck trying to figure it out on your own instead of asking
Ooh,
somebody.
that
So
is a
that's
gem.